The age-old question is, what's the purpose of life? Well, consider this. It's to live truly free into why you're here on this earth. Well, now all we got to do is figure out why you're here, so you don't miss out on your best life. Okay? Let's go do it. Hey guys, I'm George Black. I'm an entrepreneur like you. I've led numerous startups and companies. And I want to share a quote with you that gets you to the why.
The American people need champions to remind them what they're capable of.
Jesse, you're the best.
You're the fastest man on the earth.
That's from a movie called Race. It's about the life of Jesse Owens. Came out a few years ago. And there's a lot in this movie that I think will help us answer this question. Why are we here on earth? What's our role to play? Because story is a great way to understand our story. When we start to see our life through the lens of other people's lives, it really helps. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this movie a little bit to help us do that. And what if you miss out and never play your role? You never fully walk into who you're supposed to be. You see, I believe if you don't play your role, nobody will. And it's because you're a unique combination of dreams and desires and knowledge and experiences and all of that that comes together to be you. Well, let's break that down just a little bit. So one of our components is we know things. And oftentimes the things we study, we've got an interest in. And so that's driven by desire. And especially the things that we really love to study. And we might even have that may tie to our passions. Well, Jesse Owens had studied the art of running and long jumping. And so he studied technique and all of that. Well, there's also skill and talent. And he had a natural gifting and ability. And that could actually be a third category, Frank.
Who do we have here?
I'm Jesse Owens.
You're a natural. I don't trust naturals. I will say, you can run. Boy, oh boy, you can jump. What I want to know is, can you win? Let's see what we got here.
Problem, Coach?
No.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah.
And then he practiced and practiced to get better and better. But if he hadn't had passion for what? A passion to win, he wouldn't have.
Jesse Owens sets a new world record.
You want to win a gold medal?
Sure.
You want to do it in Berlin?
So in other words, you could be the best runner in the world, and he was definitely fast. But if he didn't have a passion to win, it wasn't going to come together. But he had dreams and desires. And his dreams and desires were to win an Olympic medal. Oh, he won Olympic medals. In 1936, he won 4 gold medals at the Berlin Olympics. He set 2 Olympic records. You see, Jesse Owens was the best. He was the fastest man on earth, and it's the 1930s. But all of those skills and talents and passions and dreams were not his total fulfillment. See, there was something else going on too. The 30s was a tumultuous time in the United States, but in the world too.
Mr. Owens, how can you justify taking part in Germany when there's so much discrimination here at home?
People are counting on you. To do what? To get on over there to Berlin and beat those Nazis.
You was put here to run. Don't listen to any of them.
So as it becomes clear Jesse's going to be going into the Olympics, he starts to experience all these pressures. And there's all these agendas. And here's the point of what I'm getting to in this movie, is that there's all these voices in Jesse's life who want him to be what they want. His close family, it's interesting when you start to watch that dynamic in the movie, because they start to they're helping Jesse find his voice. Because all of this is who Jesse is. He had a much larger role to fulfill because he was moving into his best life. Now, what was it? What was the larger role that he was to play? I think it's freedom. I think what Jesse Owens did was freedom. And he wasn't going to kowtow or lend to any voice but his own. And he went to himself. And he went inside himself for that. I think the role Jesse had to play was more than just inspiring a nation by winning gold medals. I think he had a much larger role to play in freedom. Freedom from, as he goes against a totalitarian regime. The Nazis are a racist regime that a dark cloud was coming over Europe and headed to the U.S. But inside the U.S., there's segregation, there's all sorts of things. So lack of freedom there. Here's what Jesse says.
Out there ain't no black and white, there's only fast and slow. Nothing matters. Not color, not money, not even hate.
Running, so I'm trying to be a preacher. I was never a reverend, but I can take your ass to church and show you glimpses of heaven. You better.
For those 10 seconds, you are completely free.
Free from everything else. Free to be all you are created and intended to be. Now, can you imagine 10 seconds in your life to be totally who you are in a moment of great relational conflict? Or perhaps a huge victory and breakthrough? Or perhaps a great stress at work or in your business? And you totally navigate that flawlessly as who you are intended to be. That's practically unimaginable, right? And this is what I mean. So the uniqueness of who you are all comes together, and you play your role, and you play it well, flawlessly, because nothing else matters. That's what I call living truly free. So I've got something fun I'd like you to try, and this is going to help you begin to discover more of who you are and more of your role to play. And that is, think of your favorite movie character or in a story, and what is it about that character that you really like? And why would you like to be like that person? What does that character say about you, about your dreams, about your desires? And you can expand that and just write stuff down, because I find by writing stuff down, especially hand by hand, it just makes it more real and I connect with it better. Let me give you something else to try. And this is going to look at your role in a different way. Think about your favorite movie or story. And you may have to go back and watch it, okay? To be quite honest. But because of the question. The question is, what does that movie stir in you? What does that story stir up in you? And that's a huge clue in the role you're to play. So try those two things, and I'd love for you to click the link and go to livetrulyfree.com and let us know your thoughts on it. Give us some comments. We'd love to hear what you discover. What are your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie character? All that sort of thing. And what does that speak to you? I want to leave you with a quote from Jesse's mother. And you hear this at the very beginning of the movie as she's helping him get ready and get dressed for his first day at Ohio, where he's going to be going to the university.
Mom, what are you doing?
First boy of mine to go to college is gonna look respectful. You like it?
Mom, we can't afford this.
Try it on.
Mama, it's Ohio State. It's not Sunday school.
Thought I was gonna lose you at 5 years old. Now look at you. I knew when I cut that lump out of you, you were born for great things. God spared you for a reason. There. You look handsome. A man has to present an image to the world. You remember that, James Cleveland Owens?
Yes, Mom. Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
What I want to tell you is that you were born for great things. God spared you for a reason. And before you go, wait, spared from what? Let me just tell you where to go find that. I can think back to my high school days alone and just go, wow, that night was really crazy, or that car drive was pretty amazingly scary, so I was spared. So the point is, you are born for great things, and living into those is what your life is about. Be inspired and go find your why and tell us about it. See you in the next video.
Now he's just showing off.